Math is clean, math's easy when you're doing math with Miss Lee.
This is number 19c on page 6, I think, of the Unit 4 Packet 1. So I'm going to graph y equals 3 sine x over 2 minus pi over 4 plus 1. So the first thing I need to do is factor the value of b out of the parentheses. If you take a look at the way it should look, which is over here, we need to separate the b from the c to reveal the true value of c. So I am going to factor a 1/2 out of those parentheses. That's really a 1/2 x. And again, if you imagine distributing this back together, 1/2 times x gives me the x over 2, and 1/2 times pi over 2 gives me the pi over 4 that's in the original problem. So this means that a equals 3, b equals 1/2, c equals positive pi over 2, because that's x minus c, and d equals 1. So the amplitude is the absolute value of a, which is 3. The period is 2 pi divided by b, so 2 pi divided by 1/2 is 4 pi. The phase shift is positive pi over 2, and the vertical shift is 1. I'm going to use the averaging method first in this one. So what I'll do is I will start by setting the parentheses, x over 2 minus pi over 4, you could use the factored form if you want, equal to 0 and equal to 2 pi to find the values of my first and fifth key points. So if I add pi over 4 in each of these to start solving for x, and then here I'm going to multiply by 2, so x equals pi over 2 will be the x value at key point number 1. In the next one, if I add pi over 4, 8 pi over 4 plus 1 pi over 4 is 9 pi over 4, and then multiplying by 2 is going to give me 9 pi over 2. So that should be the x value of key point number 5. Now what I'll do is I will average those two numbers together to get the x value for key point number 3. So I'm going to add them and divide by 2. So I get 10 pi over 2 divided by 2, which is 5 pi over 2. Then to get key point number 2, I'll average the first and the third together. So that gives me 6 pi over 2 divided by 2, which is 3 pi over 2. And then I will do the same thing for key point number 4, so I'm averaging 5 pi over 2 and 9 pi over 2. And that gives me 7 pi over 2. And notice my 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 pattern, so that makes me feel pretty comfortable. Now to get my y values, I'm going to make use of my midline, my maximum, and my minimum, which I'll always graph first anyway. So my midline occurs at y equals d. So I know here that the midline is going to happen at y equals 1. So I'll make myself a dotted line at y equals 1. My amplitude is going to make the maximum of the graph 3 units higher than y equals 1. So that's going to be at y equals 4. And then my minimum will be 3 units below y equals 1. So that's going to happen at y equals -2. Those are also my maximum and minimum y values. So now I know this is a positive sine graph. So if I just draw myself a shape, it's going to hit the midline at key points 1, 3, and 5. And the midline occurs at y equals 1. It hits the maximum at key point number 2, so that's a 4. And it hits the minimum at key point number 4, which is at -2. So those are the points that I'd be graphing. I seem to have a difference of pi over 2 between my x values, so I'm going to let each of these tick marks represent pi over 2. I'll make about 9 of them. And I'll say x scale equals pi over 2, so I don't have to label it in there. And then I'll graph pi over 2, 1, pi over 2, 2, pi over 2, 3, pi over 2, 4, pi over 2, 5, pi over 2, 6, pi over 2, 7, pi over 2, 8, pi over 2, 9, pi over 2, 10, pi over 2, 11, pi over 2, 12, pi over 2, 13, pi over 2, 14, pi over 2, 15, pi over 2, 16, pi over 2, 17, pi over 2, 18, pi over 2, 19, pi over 2, 20, pi over 2, 21, pi over 2, 22, pi over 2, 23, pi over 2, 24, pi over 2, 25, pi over 2, 26, pi over 2, 27, pi over 2, 28, pi over 2, 29, pi over 2, 30, pi over 2, 31, pi over 2, 32, pi over 2, 33, pi over 2, 34, pi over 2, 35, pi over 2, 36, pi over 2, 37, pi over 2, 38, pi over 2, 39, pi over 2, 40, pi over 2, 41, 3 pi over 2, 4, 5 pi over 2, 1, 7 pi over 2, negative 2, and then 9 pi over 2, 1. And then I'll connect with a smooth curve. So if you prefer to use the table method instead, let's rewrite my equation. That was x minus pi over 2. In the table method, I'll start by just making a table for y equals sine of x, using my axis angles, and then to apply my changes, to change the x's in the parentheses, that's telling me to first multiply by 2 and then add pi over 2. So that's going to change the 0 into pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, let's see, 2 pi plus pi over 2. I have 3 pi plus pi over 2. And then I'll have 4 pi plus pi over 2. So I get the same x values I had before. And then to change the y's, I'm going to first multiply by 3, and then I'm going to add 1. So 0 times 3 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Those zeros all become the same amounts. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, plus 1 would be negative 2. And you can see that I have the same table that I had using the other method.